Today we are about 90 miles offshore. We are in the elbow. This spot roughly sits about 175, 180 feet to the bottom. It's been about a year since I've been out here, so we're kind of on a hunt for blacks, muttons, big hogs. That's kind of the main target here. So Viz was absolutely amazing. Very light to no current most of the day, and the spot was pretty fishy. Right here, my buddy Will was pointing out that he started to see some blacks down there. And from what I seen, I did see one black, but apparently there was two right there. And he was pointing out for me to go shoot the bigger one. But there was a little miscommunication, and I was going after the one that he was actually going after. And we ended up kind of both getting ready to line up on the fish, and he ended up plugging them right before I did. At this point, I knew where one of the blacks were rocked up. There was one rocked up just to the right, and there was one rocked up kind of right where this red grouper was. And they just have some crazy ledge structures, or however they've dug out underneath there. But I took a really good look, and unfortunately, I just could not find where he was at. He actually comes back out later in the dive. He was playing peekaboo with me. But I mean, the structure that they have up under here, I just could not find what direction or where he went. Red groupers right here is helping me look for him. Right here, I'll pause the video for just a second. There's one of the blacks that we just seen. That was the second one of the three that we saw. And right now here, I'm already kind of frustrated from I'm missing the first one and not being able to see him. So I'm coming up on him. I'm trying to take my line off. I decide not to. I'm going to square up, and he just flicks up underneath this ledge. And I think it's going to be an easy pick here, but it just doesn't go my way again. I'm trying to take some more looks around. I think honestly, I think there could have been two fish in here. One on the right side, one on the left. Will goes ahead and plugs that red grouper, and Will does make his rounds right back to that spot, and we do end up getting one of those blacks out of there. But for blacks today, it just wasn't me. Will ended up getting two of them. I didn't end up getting any, but that's all right. So right here, Will's going to kind of get set up, and he's going to get in there and take a good look. What he did is something I should have done, but I'm not too experienced. He also can't really see. He can see the fish barely, maybe, but he's going to take his gun. He's going to poke around in there and feel for the fish. And once he feels for the fish, he's just going to go ahead and take a shot on it. And he spends, I believe, the rest of his dive securing and getting this black out, because it beat him up in there for a minute to get him out. A couple muttons start coming in after the, everything going on. A couple muttons, couple hogs, some gags. We didn't have any gag quota on this trip, so we weren't taking any gags. But we were able to grab some muttons and some hogfish. Now right here in the video, I'll pause it right here. You can see that first black that I was looking at with the red grouper from earlier just came back out of that ledge area. And I'm trying to line up to get a good, decent shot that I know is going to hold, and he flicks right back in. And I go back and try to, I try to look for him, and again, he's got some kind of structure, whatever way he's back in there. I wasn't able to locate him, unfortunately. So at this point, I'm kind of deciding to make my way back over towards Will, see if I can't help him out in any way. I think a hogfish or two start to come in. But right about now, it's getting close to the end of our dive, so we don't have a ton more time here. You can see Will's still fighting that black this entire time, still working him, getting him out. He definitely had to put the effort in for sure, but he got him. Right here, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on Will, and Hog shows up. Letting Will know, hey, about the end of the dive, it's time to roll. We've already got some deco racked up, and you can see he's just starting to get him pulled out of there. But I let him know, like, hey, we got to roll. I think we ended up with like 8 minutes of deco a piece. I think he had a little bit more than I did. Viz is absolutely amazing out here, though. I'm probably 50 feet off the bottom now, 60 feet off the bottom or so, and you could still see Will clear as day. It was pretty much an aquarium out here this day. Currents were absolutely light until the end of the day, which I will be posting that video probably next week. The current switched, and literally it was like a sandstorm. It was blowing so hard there was sand covering the ledges. You couldn't see the bottom. It was pretty insane. But right here I'm about at 120. It's about 180 at the bottom, so that's 60 foot of viz right there. I'd say we probably had at least 80 foot easy. And then just looking, I left this part in the video. I thought it was cool. It's just the viz is so good. It just looks like a underwater jacuzzi down there. It's pretty wild. Pretty amazing when you're actually here seeing it all.